Yo, 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 what's up guys? Smacktalking Amigos here on this cold day, coming to you live from, it feels like the North Pole.
Yes, it does. It's quite cold outside.
Very cold outside, and it's only going to get a lot colder. How are you this week, Ian?
Yes, I'm very good, James. We missed each other last week.
We did. So first we missed in 8 weeks.
Yeah.
You were away on work.
Yeah, I was away on work. You were away on...
Other important business.
Yeah. I don't blame you for it.
No, but we did miss the review, unfortunately, of Hell in a Cell. So that's the first thing that we want to sort of just have a brief touch on this week. And I thought the pay-per-view was pretty solid as a pay-per-view, actually. I thought it was solid without being remarkable.
Yes, I don't think it lived up to any of the previous pay-per-views, but it was just the general pay-per-view before the brand split happened.
That's what I thought about it. I thought that they unfortunately had the dates out, so it was Hell in a Cell just before.
I think they had one too many Hell in a Cell matches. I don't think they needed 3.
Which one would you have taken out, the Roman Reigns?
I would have taken out the Roman Reigns one because the women just blew it out of the water. That was the match of the night for me.
Well, we predicted that it would be the match of the night, and they just completely, surpassed expectations entirely. I didn't actually think the Roman Reigns Rusev match was too bad at all. The only thing that I thought about it was it was a bit sort of dry on one sort of level.
It was just same old Roman Reigns. I don't want to give Roman too much stick because I am a massive fan of his. Like I'm a massive fan of Seth and Dean. But same old, you're going to get the same 5 moves whatever match he is in.
And in terms of him being in a...
And I just think it was so unrealistic. He got powerbombed onto the steel steps and an accolade with a chain on the steel steps, and he somehow managed to get out of it.
It's super Roman, and the problem is when Super Cena started coming through and everyone said Super Cena, or even when you look back Hulk Hogan, you look back at some of the biggest stars, they were getting cheered, the majority. I know Cena turned that round and he was getting
booed eventually. The thing with Cena is I think even though he does these things that are unrealistic, he makes them look realistic. Roman just think, how Roman does it, it's like, come on Rusev, let it go.
And he plays sort of, brushes off the offense by bigger, by superstars. They shouldn't be able to brush off the offense. But if we look at the Rollins and Owens match as well, just while we're here, that was a great match.
Yeah, it was a great match. But I don't think either superstar made that match. I think Chris Jericho made that match. He took a massive hit going through 2 tables, powerbomb by Seth Rollins. Great innovation, and
Jericho stole the show again.
Yeah.
But another person who stole the show, with his 3rd pay-per-view win in a row, predictions, is your predictions champion. I should have both the belts really now, Kian, on both shoulders. I'm sort of the unified predictions champion, aren't I?
Yeah.
So you need to make up for that.
Okay, I will make up for that.
The Survivor Series.
I will make up for that Survivor Series.
And of course we saw the sort of progression of where we're going with Survivor Series over the past couple of weeks, but this week more so, if you ask me. Raw, the team was sort of fleshed out a lot.
Yeah.
Rollins, Roman Reigns, Jericho, Owens, and the man that we've been sort of bigging up the past few weeks.
What a team that is.
One hell of a team.
A lot of animosity. Neither man trusts each other totally. And as we saw, Kevin Owens pinned Chris Jericho at the end of the show.
Now it was of course a sort of a dirty way to pin him because he got knocked onto him, but you can't see Jericho sitting there and being happy.
Hey, I just got pinned by you.
Yeah. What are you going to say?
Stephanie said that they should act like their lives depend on this match, like their jobs depend on it, and actually she said they do depend on winning this match.
I hope that they can work together as a cohesive unit. I just think when I look at the SmackDown unit, and we'll talk about that a bit more later, it's a lot more cohesive in the singles competitors.
I've got a few bold predictions to make about Survivor Series.
Okay.
So
It would be nice to see after Survivor Series a bit of a trade going on. I think that would be a place where they could do a trade just after Survivor Series. Now, it's only been like a few months, so I don't think they will just yet. But it would be a nice way to do it. And of course, we talk about what happened on Raw last week, and Jericho and Owens going to speak with Braun Strowman in the locker room was a hilarious segment.
Yeah.
Jericho doing his thing, and the thought of Jericho coming face to face with Braun Strowman in the upcoming few weeks is going to be a hilarious thing to see. And of course, where does Raw came from? Scotland this week? Was it Scotland?
Yeah, Scotland, Glasgow. And for the first time in quite a long time, both Raw and SmackDown episodes were taped. So I knew the spoilers before it came out live.
I read the SmackDown spoilers. I didn't see the Raw spoilers before it came out live on TV. Again, it's one of the things that like TNA has a big problem with. We've said it a number of times that they tape so much live. It's obviously not going to be as exciting as when it's live, and because there's that element of things that go wrong when it's live.
Yeah.
The one point that I did want to make was in that main event that we had, it didn't really float to me. The moves, like between each other, like it was very stop-start. I know that you get that in a fatal five-way or that sort of thing because obviously every wrestler's waiting for the next thing to do. And I don't know if it's because Braun Strowman's a bit green and the other wrestlers so well versed to being in the ring. But it looked to me like they were just stop, start, stop, start, stop, start.
Yeah, you've always got that element. Not so much with triple threat matches, but fatal four-way matches and definitely championship scramble, six-way ladder matches and fatal five-way matches. So you've got that element of it. I don't like these matches. I don't mind ladder matches, I just don't like fatal four-way or fatal five-way because it's very stop-start.
I agree, and it seems like they were waiting. We saw Charlotte in the middle of the ring as well, call out her Survivor Series team, calling Bayley the weak link again.
And Bayley to belly.
Bayley to belly, to beat Charlotte.
Yeah. Going back to the main event, I have to admit, it didn't actually happen, but I have to admit there was one point in the match that I did mark out.
Go on.
When Rollins went like that.
We would have liked to have seen a bit of a Shield reunion.
Yep.
Say that for a few weeks. Again, WrestleMania is where I think it's going to happen, which we're going to.
Like I said, I've got my Survivor Series predictions, and I'll tell you them next week of what I think will happen in the main event.
Okay, interesting. Charlotte calling her team out.
Yeah.
Calling Bayley the weak link again. I think is a very good place for Bayley to be in, to be the underdog. We've said that for a few weeks.
I think it is. As I said, I didn't like the way they brought her out going into a straight feud with Charlotte and Sasha. I think she needed to build herself up, and she's doing it with Dana. She beat Dana at Hell in a Cell. I think she will get the winning pin at Survivor Series over her.
Yeah, I think so as well. Alicia Fox is a weird one to have in the team. It just seems that she disappeared after fighting Nia Jax.
Well, anyone would, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they did. I mean, Nia Jax threw Bayley across the ring the same way that I throw you across the gym.
Yeah.
If we're ever going to fight.
Yeah.
Across without even thinking about it. But she picked Bayley up. I mean, and just threw her.
Yeah.
It was absurd. But the thing is, with the Raw team, really, they're the only 5 wrestlers that could go in it.
Yeah.
There wasn't anyone to pick from.
No, there wasn't. Emelina hasn't come back yet. That's Emma. And Paige is suspended, and she's just had neck surgery. So they're the only 5 wrestlers.
And whenever we don't know when Paige is coming back.
Yeah.
If she does come back, it depends what happens. I mean, we've sort of written her off now. But I think that'll be an interesting match. I'm trying to think of other stuff from Raw. The New Day came out.
I did like this segment, Big E doing his best
Braveheart impression.
with not very good Scottish accent.
Terrible Scottish accent. Terrible, but...
He's brave. Braveheart speech did.
But can I tell you
and
something?
Sheamus did get burnt.
Sheamus got burnt, but Sheamus came across as strong. Yeah. The team that I didn't think came across as strong, 2 teams actually, Gallows and Anderson, who are just heat destroyers. I don't think they get any heat. I just think that they're very... It's like they sap up the energy from the crowd. And Enzo and Cass are getting lost a bit
Yeah.
In fact, hugely getting lost. And I think it's because they're gearing up for the New Day to have this, to have this massive celebration when they become the longest holding champions. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost the title the day after they become the longest holding champions.
Or on the day that or the Raw that they will celebrate it. I wouldn't be surprised. Enzo and Cass. We've gone on to this. There's not many combinations on Raw that you could have gone with. But like SmackDown, I think Goldust and R-Truth are just there to make up the numbers.
In the same way,
the same way that I think Fandango and there's
Tyler Breeze.
Breeze Dango and there's another tag team, Hype Bros, on SmackDown.
Now Hype Bros more or less, a bit more serious, but definitely with Goldust and R-Truth and Breeze Dango. It'll be funny to see them face off against each other again. That'll be hilarious.
It will be.
But it doesn't further anything.
No, it doesn't further anything.
And it does show. The only problem with the Survivor Series, how they're doing it, is it does show the weaknesses
in
the
both rosters.
Yeah.
But we saw Angus, the Scottish cousin of Francesca.
Yes, it's good to see. But apparently he couldn't get a no out of there.
No.
Have you played the bagpipes?
No, I haven't
Even
played the
Scottish
bagpipes.
heritage?
No, I haven't, but I've heard that they are tough to play.
Very tough to play. I mean, even when you're the New Day, they're tough to play.
Yeah.
So that was that, and then we heard the last thing I want to say about Raw really is because this was my problem, and I think this always with internationals when they go international on Raw or SmackDown, they don't really further the show. It's just there to show off the superstars, which is fine. Although we did get a little bit furthering on SmackDown, to be fair, which we'll talk about in a little while. The other thing that the other thing that we saw was the cruiserweight. Brian Henry, the cruiserweight champion. We found out that he's going to be, if he loses against Kalisto from SmackDown at Survivor Series, the cruiserweight division goes over to SmackDown, which I don't like. I want him to stay on Raw. I think Raw needs it. It's got 3 hours of a show.
Yeah. I think Raw needs it more because I've got 3 hours to cover, like you said, and the cruiserweights can quite easily do a 25-minute segment. And I don't think SmackDown needs it at the moment because I think they've got good feuds in all of them. One thing I'd like to point out is the receptions that Superstars got. Mm-hmm. So when Stephanie came out, she got a good reception.
Yep.
She got a great reception. She called out Kevin Owens. Roof off the place. Yeah. Chris Jericho, roof off the place. Braun Strowman, roof off the place. Seth Rollins, roof off the place. Roman Reigns, booed out of the place.
Yeah. That's the problem. We said about Reigns for a long time. Why don't they turn him heel? Let the people boo if they want to boo him.
And I'm not being obnoxious here or anything, but Glasgow, if you sit down and look what wrestlers do, Glasgow isn't a city. I think that's the first time ever that Raw has been to Glasgow. Right. So why are they booing Roman Reigns?
Well, and it's not as if being from the UK, it's not a smarky city. It's not like going. It's not like going to Madison Square Garden, where they're going to boo. They're going to boo Reigns, or they're going to boo Cena. Yeah. It's going to a pretty neutral place, like going to say, I don't know, California or Ohio or somewhere like that in America, where it's a very neutral venue. Why would they boo him? And the only reason I can think they boo him is because, in the same way that we can see that Roman sort of does this. He comes up to a peak, and then they try and push him way too far. Yeah. And now they're saying that it's going to be champion versus champion, Owens versus
Reigns at Roadblock.
Which, listen. Oh, there is one more thing that we failed to mention from Raw, and that is a continuation of the Lesnar Goldberg storyline. Now I know there were tape segments.
I think Paul Heyman might be broken in half.
Yeah, I think Paul Heyman might be broken in half.
And I think you might have just pissed off the Beast.
When the Beast says that he's gonna effing cripple you, you know you've pissed him off. He said he doesn't give a shit about your family.
Yeah.
If you're Goldberg, listen,
Goldberg is treading very light
water. He's in great shape.
Yeah,
Don't
he
get me
is.
wrong.
I thought that because we were discussing that he looked very like he lost a lot of size, but when he came out without his jacket,
He looked
big.
better.
But he did botch a move against Rusev when he went for the jackhammer the first time.
Yeah, it looked a bit scruffy. However, his actual jackhammer when he delivered it was strong. It would have been nice for his first jackhammer he delivered in a number of years to deliver it very, very cleanly. We would have liked to have seen that 100%. But you know, as we said now for a while, don't piss off the beast.
No. If you piss off the beast, prepare for a hellish beating.
Yeah.
I've said it before. Cena took hellish beatings and he nearly beat the beast.
Undertaker
Took a hellish beating and he beat the beast. Even if you take a hellish beating and give him a hellish beating, there's no chance of you winning. There's no guarantee.
When Goldberg says you're last, that's the one thing that I'm not sure about. I'm not sure that Goldberg's not going to get a bit of a bug and get back into...
I don't think it will be Goldberg's last match.
I don't. I would predict that now.
I think
that's
if
a prediction from Smacktalking.
Lesnar wins that Survivor Series, they will have a third match, and I think that will be at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and if Goldberg wins, they're still going to have a third match.
Yeah.
Or
Goldberg is going to go somewhere else. There's a rumour that Roman Reigns is going to be a Goldberg opponent at WrestleMania. Spear versus Spear.
I'd like to see that. I would actually like to see that. It excites me a little bit.
It does. On to SmackDown.
Okay. SmackDown, well, the main news coming out of SmackDown, which we perhaps should finish with, is the Shane McMahon news.
Yes. Obviously, Baron Corbin got an injury.
What a weird selection Baron Corbin was. Now, I know I've been saying and been a big advocate for Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Saying that he's improving.
So have I. I thought he would have gone on, and I thought he might have been the first one to get eliminated in the Survivor Series match, but at least,
give him a
like
chance.
Kevin Owens last year, it's a way to go forward onto bigger things. But he got an injury. He tried to sneak up on Kalisto, injured his knee. And then Daniel Bryan came out at the end and said, I've got a list of every single male and female superstar. In the right hand corner is my name, but unfortunately you could see he really wanted to say, I am the fifth member.
Did you think for a second you could have had Bryan as the wrestler that night?
Yeah, I honestly did.
I did as well.
I honestly did, or I honestly thought, because there are rumours of him coming back, I honestly thought that the Undertaker's thing would have hit just then. There are rumours, but he'll be returning next week on SmackDown. But he said, in the left-hand corner is our commissioner, Shane McMahon, and you could see Shane didn't want to do it, and he said, will you be our fifth member of Team SmackDown?
He didn't say anything, did he?
And he didn't say anything, and he just went to chant.
It'd be nice to see Shane back.
Yes, and he had a great match with the Taker at Mania.
And
I think that was the match of the night at Mania.
I agree, and he gave him a fight at WrestleMania, and he jumped from the cage.
Yeah, he jumped from the cage, he did coast to coast. I'd just love to see coast to coast one more time.
And, I mean, even for Shane to wrestle once or twice a year, it's nice to see an active competitor, because, you know, Foley won't wrestle anymore, really, and Bryan can't wrestle anymore unless he's cleared. The one that I thought they've really missed a trick on is not having Miz to wrestle at all, or Dolph in the team. Now, I imagine that they're going to wrestle each other, I would expect.
A bit like Rusev and Raw. Rusev hasn't got a part to play in Survivor Series. He was just in a Hell in a Cell match of last week, and now he's not going...
Do you think they could US title versus Intercontinental title to combine them? There's no point.
No, there's no point. I think because of the brand split, you need
an intermediate title.
Yeah. Well, we know that Sami Zayn is going to challenge The Miz. He's going to challenge Ziggler at Survivor Series, and whoever wins, if Sami Zayn wins, the title's going to Raw. So, but The Miz is a strange one. He obviously backed out. Brian did a wonderful segment with him this week again.
I saw. It's strange with The Miz again. He's a brilliant. He's the best heel in the company at the moment. Could easily be on Raw without a doubt. And I think that might be one of the first changes we see. And The Miz being a main event star, you could see Miz being a main event star on Raw a lot more than you can on SmackDown, which is strange. Talking of the SmackDown main event, Randy and Bray and Luke Harper are coexisting still, very comfortably.
Amazingly, they were only called the Wyatt family and Randy Orton. They
The
were
new
called,
Wyatt family.
Just called the Wyatt family. Yeah, great main event. Randy, I think, is a good addition. I think he will propel Bray to the next level.
I agree, and I think it's something the Wyatts needed. I think, and I could see him staying as a member for a while, and then branching off. It was just a strange time for them to do it in the middle of an episode of SmackDown. There wasn't really explanation for it, but they're running with it. Another person they're running with, this is what I think about it, is Ellsworth, who took the sickest Sister Abigail this week.
Yes.
Fair play.
Fair play to him, and he is obviously the mascot for Team SmackDown at Survivor Series.
Listen, I would almost say as a prediction that he'll get a bigger chin than Roman Reigns will.
That's a certainty.
Every
other 9 wrestler will get a bigger reception. I can guarantee every wrestler at Survivor Series will get a bigger reception than Roman Reigns.
Now, what about the SmackDown women? They didn't really speak about them that much, but we know roughly what the team is going to be. The SmackDown women I would say, is a stronger, cohesive unit.
Yeah.
With more potential, I think, than the Raw women. However, you do have the big 3 on Raw.
You do have the big 3 on Raw, and the final piece of the jigsaw is on SmackDown. You've got the 4th on SmackDown.
Yeah. Becky, who won this week.
You've got Becky, you've got Alexa, you've got Nikki, you've got Carmella. That's a force in itself. Throwing Naomi against Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha, Alicia Fox and Nia Jax.
I think Alicia and Nia are going to be the part where Raw perhaps lose out. You know, I think. Look, the trisector of Raw in Sasha, Bayley, and Charlotte are amazing wrestlers. But the 2 that are a little bit greener, even though Alicia's been around forever, are the 2 that could perhaps miss out, and especially when you've got a leader like Nikki on the team.
Yeah.
If Carmella and Nikki can coexist.
If not, Carmella and Nikki can coexist. I wouldn't be surprised if Carmella tries to backstab Nikki.
No.
And same with Alexa to Becky. If they can coexist, SmackDown will win, I think. Even though I said that Bayley will pick up the win, I'd like Bayley to pick up the win, but I think as a cohesive unit, SmackDown are better than Raw.
If they coexist. If they just hold it together for that one night. But no, the one, like the big
They can keep it together for 19 minutes, then beat the hell out of each other
afterwards.
Once the 3rd slap has gone down on the ring.
And wasn't it interesting to see Alexa versus Becky this week?
Yeah.
Becky was really impressive, got a huge ovation from the crowd.
Yeah, Becky is one of the most over superstars on SmackDown. So I like the Irish last kicker.
And they're building the division around her.
And they're building the division around her. Alexa Bliss, she should get another title opportunity, and I'd like to see that at TFC.
The division.
I'd like to see SmackDown go extreme like Raw went extreme with the Rings title. I'd like them to have a TLC match.
And is the next big SmackDown pay-per-view TLC?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see that. I would love to see Nikki.
Yeah.
Not Alexa, Nikki. Sorry, Becky. No,
Becky.
Becky versus Nikki, the 2 queens of SmackDown.
Yeah.
In a TLC, let them, shake hands at the beginning, let them kick the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Because it would be great to see. The one match that I'm a bit worried for SmackDown is the tag team division.
Yeah, this I think Raw have got. You've got the Usos, you've got Heath and Rhino, you've got the Hype Bros, you've got the Zango.
And then we've got American Alpha.
And we've got American Alpha.
Now, American Alpha are fantastic, but they're not the champs, so they're not going to be the leaders. And Heath and Rhino, as much as we're big fans of them, they're not leaders.
No.
Maybe Rhino, who's, by the way, just got his election candidacy.
Yes, he did.
Just got a seat in the House, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. In Michigan, I think.
Perfect.
So well done, Rhino.
Well done, Rhino.
As a Democrat.
Good. Well, after yesterday's announcement,
we need all the Democrats.
We need all the Democrats we can get. Go Team Rhino.
Yeah.
Maybe Slater will end up with his family in in the White House, because I can imagine Slater there.
Yeah. So well done, Rhino. But the Usos, I think they will be the leaders of the tag team match.
I think they should be, probably, with their experience.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've been playing a very heelish role lately. But you could see with their experience and being the leads of that match.
Yeah.
Again, I think I'm really excited. I don't know about you, for Survivor Series.
Yeah, I'm excited for Survivor Series. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch it live. I'm on the way back from Liverpool.
Oh, we're top of the league.
Yeah,
Liverpool.
top of the league. We're top of the league.
But not unbeaten, like Spurs, like the great Spurs team.
They've drawn 6 out of the first 11 games. At least we are winning.
I would take Liverpool over Spurs at the moment.
I'd just take our front 3 over any front 3 in the league.
Yeah, maybe in the world.
Yeah, maybe in the world, apart from maybe Emerson.
Yeah.
So, yeah, back onto Survivor Series. I'm really excited for it. But I'm going to make my bold prediction now, and I will make it again next week.
You better make it bold, because to be honest with you, it's been 3 predictions in a row you've lost. Okay. So what's this bold prediction? Go on.
It will come down to the final 4. Braun Strowman will get eliminated first. KO, Seth, Roman, and Jericho. Then it will be Roman and Seth. Dean will get eliminated. AJ and the Riots will be left. The lights go out, the Shield music hits, and all 3 members of the Shield come down as they used to and just desecrates the whole ring, and we are left with the
Shield standing there.
With the Shield standing there over Shane McMahon with the Shield symbol.
So then what happens to Dean? He goes to Raw. They signed him,
and that's where I think the first draft pick will come. Because I think the Shield will get that together.
We're hoping they will for WrestleMania, just because you're going. That's what you it's just your every scenario you could possibly put for the Shield to get back together.
No, but I think more than ever you've got a chance to get the Shield back together, and I think WWE needs to do it.
I think it'll be a great time for them to do it. I think with WrestleMania this year,
and definitely with the matches coming up, I think the Shield will clean up shop with a lot of titles, and they'll be the biggest faction again. And
they'll be dominant over both over SmackDown and Raw. They could be.
Yeah, maybe they won't even be on a single set. Maybe they'll just come in and out and just desecrate both SmackDown and Raw.
And it'll be nice to see them coming in and out and destroying. I mean, going to announcers and destroying the announce tables and acting like they acted when they first came
like
through.
the Shield acted. But I do think that will happen, and that's my bold prediction.
So next week is proper predictions before the Survivor Series pay-per-view on the WWE Network. We are the Smacktalking Amigos. Please like our videos if you see them, or try and view them, or try and post them wherever you can. Where can they find us?
They can find us at Smacktalking Amigos, Smacktalking Amigos on Facebook, and I post a little Instagram picture every single week.
Excellent. And if you can hashtag
Smacktalking Amigos in anything, could be a massive help.
Because we're trying to get put as many of these up as we possibly can every week, and we'd love to be able to do 2 a week. We just want to try and get as many views as we can possibly. So,
and we will go out like the Shield used to go out.
Peace.